I'm Lori Roberts, Executive Director of the Salida Chamber of Commerce, wishing you happy holidays from Salida, Colorado.
Was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way.
Welcome back to our December edition of Salida Spotlight. I'm Shiloh, here with Executive Director of Salida Chamber of Commerce, Lori Roberts, and Sandy Lacey with the Hodpodge.
Hello.
So Sandy has been a cherished member of the Salida Chamber of Commerce. She brings us a lot of festive things every month. Her little shop is located on E Street in historic downtown, and it is chock full of creatives. That's creative arts and crafters, and and the hodgepodge means you got something, a little bit of everything. And today she's brought some of the items. And you're very oriented towards nonprofits too. So if you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit about the history, your mission, and about the goodies here and how we can all find you.
Okay. Well, we're located at 234 E Street, which is between 2nd and 3rd on E. It's around the corner from Amika's. There's usually always a place to park out front. And we're open every day of the week, 11 to 6 on Monday through Saturday and 11 to 5 on Sunday. We started about 3 years ago with 18 crafters, and now we have over 100.
Wow.
And it's local. It's pretty much 95% all handmade local. And all age ranges from middle schoolers up to a 90-year-old lady in Buena Vista that's a crocheter.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So some of the things that that we have showcasing a lot of different things is, and again, it's a hodgepodge. So we have homemade fudge made in a commercial kitchen in Colorado Springs by Jenny Williams, the Chocoholic.
It's not a bad thing.
Yes. I have a lot of people now that walk over and buy a piece for lunch, but by walking over, they justify eating this for lunch. A lot of the crafters repurpose things. These were wool sweaters that have been made into mittens, and then she fleeces or flannel winds them.
They are lovely.
So they're really soft, and she's felted them too, so they're really soft.
Oh, they're really. Oh, these are
they're
nice.
really warm.
Great.
Yeah. So that's a really nice thing.
A great present.
I have people that paper fold. This is an origami Christmas tree ornament. We have a lot of ornaments in right now that are
Holy
handmade.
cow.
Beautiful.
This is the handmade basket all out of scraps.
I've seen those in your shop.
Yeah.
I'm really drawn to those.
And it's a
put mine back
it's
in.
a crafter named Tony, and we save all of our scraps, and then she wraps
Oh my.
the cording and then sews it, makes it into a basket.
I
so.
learned to do these little baskets when I was in Girl Scouts or brownies as a little girl. So not this high quality, but
Something like that.
yeah.
We have a woodworker couple that are in Buena Vista. His name's Gail and Susan Miller, and he's done
Holy
amazing
Lord.
pen and pencil sets where he's lathed and turned them. And he's retired, and this keeps him busy.
Oh my. Those are
Keeps
like
him out of-
cross quality. Those are gorgeous.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a perfect gift for the man in your life that you can't
that's
figure out what to get him, and you're like, yes, perfect.
Or the
Then we
woman.
have,
Of course, or the woman, of course.
jewelers, a silversmith, Mick, and almost everybody has full-time jobs. This is just their creative,
Oh my.
their passion. We're obsessed and possessed with making things.
Yeah.
We can't stop.
You are a crazy bunch of people.
We are. It's our happy place.
Yeah.
And another jeweler here. I love this because the heart, it always makes me think of
beautiful.
Oh, that
think
is
of
pretty.
Salida.
Gorgeous.
And then hopefully all of you know Vicky Suvijo.
Oh, yeah.
Mel. She's the basket case, so we have her baskets.
Oh, my.
She's made a whole bunch of things that are perfect for like Secret Santa gifts, stocking stuffers, hostess gifts if you're going someplace. Then so that's a perfect little thing.
Beautiful, yeah.
We're Salida Business Alliance members, so we carry the this year's holiday card.
Which is fabulous.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It features, you can see the whole downtown's lit up, and the Christmas mountain, which we're famous for.
And I believe this is Wiley Middleton's photograph on
I
this
do
card
believe so.
for this year. And then as well as the calendar, this is a nice thing for everyone local at home, but also people that you're trying to entice to come to Salida.
Absolutely.
Or have been here, and it's a really nice souvenir. So.
It's interesting that I didn't know Vicky Sue did these, for instance. In a small town, you tend to know a lot of people, but going into your store, you learn it's like a little mini lesson in all the talents that everybody possesses.
Absolutely.
It's just wild.
Yeah, most people. That's why I say that it's your friends when people come into the store. It is your friends and neighbors literally that are making things.
Absolutely.
They work at the hospital, the post office. Literally, and you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You see them in their day in day out.
Exactly.
Work, and you wouldn't think about it, and then you go, "Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know." She made that, or he made that. So.
And you have, besides inside, you have yard art. It's just the store, when you get there, it's magical. It's a little cottage, and it just has really something for everybody. And the prices are amazing. I think you kind of really do this from the heart. You just
all of us. Again, we're obsessed and possessed with making things. So
I mean, it's definitely not there to, this isn't going to make you a millionaire, but it does with friends and all of that. Right. Yeah.
Well, it justifies all of us buying. Like I sew, my daughter sews. I will show you some of those things. Buying fabric, and like the jewelers. It's funny that they've said, "Oh, well, let me know when I sell a necklace." So okay, you sold a necklace. Oh, good. Now I can go out and spend $100 at Bead Song, and that's so. And it actually the money, from the crafters, because it's all local.
It is, and shopping local
in the community.
It does.
Yeah, it really does.
And that's so important, and we appreciate it. And it's fun, and it's fun to shop. So let's see some more stuff.
Well, this is a little twirly skirt. I'm a frustrated grandmother of a 17-year-old grandson who will not wear ruffles or pink. So I make all the little girl things and everything. Try to make everything that comes with the purse.
This is your creation?
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Oh, it's so cute.
Little peppermint one too. All little girls like twirly skirts,
This is my
and big
favorite.
girls like twirly skirts.
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
But one of the things that we started when we very first started, instead of buying paper or plastic shopping bags, everything you purchase gets wrapped in a cloth bag. And of course, right now, all the Christmas fabric bags.
I do have some of those. Yeah.
So that it's ready to go. We try to keep baby fabric bags in year round for gifts, and then just birthday gifts or just presents or whatever. But cloth shopping bags. So that's one of our.
Great.
That's a fun thing.
You don't get to go home with those all the time.
Yeah, and it's reusable too.
And I don't think you can ever have too many tote bags. Ever.
No.
So my daughter Joy, who's we're partners in this. She's a brilliant sewer. She makes these fun
adorable
aprons, reversible.
with the chevron stripes. That's my favorite.
Holy
She's a
cow.
30-something, so she works in totally different colors and things than what I do, and it's just great.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so she has a different
Wow.
eye for color.
Yeah.
Love that.
Another one of her creations.
Holy cow.
How
She pairs
fun.
different things together.
See, I didn't know this about Joy. I mean, I've been in there, and you guys are very humble. I would be running around going, look what I made.
No, we were very And again, my grandmother thing. So every little boy or girl that helps grandma or helps at home cooking got their little chef apron and the gingerbread to help grandma make cookies.
It doesn't get much cuter than that.
No, that's
does it?
adorable. Oh, gee.
John Deere.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And then this was a little roughly one with kind of Christmas stockings, and it actually has a recipe on there to make snow ice cream.
Oh, for
which
goodness
I thought that was
sakes.
really
That's
cute.
adorable.
Thank you for holding all these
Of
things
course.
for me.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then
God.
Another little roughly.
It matches the skirt.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. It's like a little
Oh,
outfit.
that is amazing.
I mean, with the over
It's a reason to have kids.
or just adopt somebody else.
Or yeah, or just or borrow children, you know.
Yeah, borrow children.
Or-
There you go.
Buy for the neighbor children. I don't know. It's
really
easy to spend money on
adorable,
these
yeah.
things.
We have
Cute.
a lot of fun, and again,
do.
it's just a very, very small representative of what's in the store, and new things come in every day, and I'm just amazed
Yeah.
at how people repurpose things into
Uh-huh.
stuff like the scraps, the yard art, just.
No,
And then I have fine artists too. Sybil Teague has some of her works down,
Uh-huh.
and she's got a master's in fine arts
Yeah.
and watercolors, things like that. But we're not a gallery. It's
It's
very eclectic.
it's a niche that had to come, and you did it, and it, like you said, it's grown. And I know you have, well, what we have on our website is that it's the youngest is 11, but do you have somebody younger than 11?
I'm going to talk to an 8-year-old little girl Saturday at the fairgrounds that she's exhibiting at the craft fair at the
Oh my
fairgrounds.
gosh.
Oh, wow.
And she started sewing through 4-H.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I want to make sure that she has a year-round place to have her things. But she makes reusable lunch bags and has put zippers in
Oh
it
my
and stuff
gosh.
like that.
That's
So
Well,
I
good.
wanted to,
Well, good on her, and good
So-
for you. And
yeah, because the youngest right now is he's middle school now.
Uh-huh.
He started when he was in grammar school, but he and his dad they repurpose old broken fishing poles into fly rods.
Oh, my
or
God.
into fly swatters. So
Oh, fly
he's-
swatters.
He's called Caleb's Fly Rods, and he's in middle school here. And his
Oh.
sister makes the top part of the toy makes little cat.
Well, and imagine how
fishing poles.
confident this young man feels with being able to,
to sell his things.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, that's amazing for all the way around. So, do you have a website or
We
email?
just use a Facebook page.
Facebook page, okay.
And then we use I use our cell phones
Uh-huh.
as a store phone. So I'll always answer the phone unless I'm
Yeah, and you
talking to
guys
somebody or
are great about your hours open, and I don't know. I think you're doing everything right, and I love how involved you are with the Salida Business Alliance. You're a great chamber member.
thank you.
It's a delight to have you be part of our membership, and I just adore going down to your shop. So,
Thank you.
and
Don't forget, we always have coffee and cookies. Right now, the hot cider's on too.
Oh,
so
no.
yeah, as soon as I
How did
get
she
up
know
from
I
this
love hot
seat,
cider?
that's where I'm headed. So, well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Maybe about Kathleen Nelson or about?
Well, Kathleen Nelson is the owner of the cottage,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not like partners per se, but she enabled us, my daughter and I, to achieve this goal. This is
Yeah.
something that my daughter and I had talked about for like 20 years.
Yeah.
So for us to actually do it and thrive, and we finished, we just at the end of September, it's been 3 years that we've been there, and it just keeps getting better and better, and it's our happy place.
Yeah.
And we want everybody that comes in to feel the happy place.
Right.
So we just love it when people come in and chat and see what we're doing, because we've got our sewing machine on down there. Joy's sewing when she's there. I'm sewing when I'm there. So
Something's
people,
always going on.
Something's going on.
And when you're there, it's a cheery place, and it's nice to hear the oohs and ahs and all the happy people. So if you haven't been to the Hodpodge, get on down there. They're on E Street. Do you want to give us the address? And
At 234 E Street between 2nd and 3rd. And if you've made reservation at Amica's, their beeper system works if you're waiting. So.
that's a pizzeria around the corner. That's a local's favorite. So and we
Absolutely.
have other pizzerias too. So anyways, contact the chamber if you are making plans to come here. And we are at salidachamber.org. And you can reach out at 719-539-2068. So thank you so much for coming today, Sandy.
Thank you very much. Got to put all this inventory back at the store.
Yeah. Oh, darn, we don't get to keep
Yeah, I
any,
know.
but we'll come shopping.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Sandy. Thanks for joining us for Salida Spotlight.
Thank you.
During this holiday season, we here at Diesland Structures and Epic Homes would like to wish you the happiest of holidays, from our home to your home. Merry Christmas.
We are Salida Business Alliance and proud sponsors of the Parade of Lights. We wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Welcome back to another edition of Salida Spotlight. I'm Shiloh with Natalie and Kirsten from FYI and Lori Roberts, Executive Director of Salida Chamber of Commerce.
So thank you for coming, ladies, today to talk about family and youth initiatives. And I am cheating. I'm looking at this paper because you guys have so much going on.
So many things going on.
I know. And FYI is the Prevention Division of the Department of Services. And within FYI, you have a number of programs, including Chaffee County Mentors, Nurturing Parenting Program, Youth at Crossroads, and Community Partnership for Families. So that's a lot to take on.
It's all I know to digest.
Yeah.
Talk about.
Yeah. So if you could share some of the highlights and really, what we all should know and how to reach out to you and how to be involved.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so Family Youth Initiatives is hosting all of our prevention programs in Chaffee County, and we know that's an amazing thing to take on. So we try to do it with grace and fun.
Yeah, you do. You're always smiling. It's true.
So thank you for this opportunity to educate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Family and Youth Initiatives under that umbrella host all of those fun things that we just talked about. So we have the Nurturing Parenting class. Those go on in Chaffee County, and it's for people that just want to be like the best parents. And I don't know who doesn't.
Right.
So there should be like a really long wait list for
Yes.
that class. Then we have Youth at Crossroads, which also does, like right now, it's doing the 9th grade health classes.
Very good.
We also have our prevention programs about drugs and alcohol for teen, and a lot of education around that. So that's really important.
It is.
And then we also have the mentoring program, which houses all of our amazing adults that hang out with amazing kids in the Valley.
I love seeing the pictures of the matchups with the mentor program. That just warms the heart. It's so important. And thank you.
Yeah, no, it's so much fun. And that's really what we're hoping to focus on today, because there is a need for mentors.
Is there like 11?
There are 10,
10?
Currently waiting. I just got back from a meeting. So there's another. So we're up to 11.
Okay.
I guess, technically. So it changes
Yeah.
drastically.
Tomorrow it could be 12 or 9.
Right.
Yeah.
It all depends on if we get people to sign up to be mentors and go through the process of becoming a mentor, filling out an application and having your fingerprints run and meeting the amazing team and then joining the best job in the county. I know your job's pretty fun, but I think mine might be better.
I do love my job. So, no, the mentor program just changes lives. So, can you tell us a little bit about the activities that some of the people do with the kids and the goals?
I'm so glad you asked that because we do offer group activities.
Okay.
Every month we offer, sometimes in the summer we get a little crazy and we offer more.
It gets a little exciting. There's a lot of things to do in the summer.
Yeah, there are.
So we can go play frisbee golf and pickleball and help me out.
Well,
Go
we
swim-
did stand-up paddle boards. We
Nice.
went fishing with Trout Unlimited. We get tons of support from the community.
Right.
That want to help with, if they can't be a mentor, be like Trout Unlimited. Although
Yeah, yeah.
I have taken a couple of them to be mentors.
And I'm working to pull some guys out of St.
Nice.
They offered us supping.
Yeah. Stand-up paddleboarding.
Yes.
So for those of you, yeah.
And then we do a great big day at Monarch. coming
Yeah.
up. So we get we try to get everybody on a ski or a snowboard. And for a lot of the youth that we work with, this is their first time.
Wow. And that's our town mountain, and that's Monarch, who has amazing snow right now, by the way. So got to give them a shout out.
It is good and fluffy.
Yeah. So, I mean, these kids, they have opportunities that you've opened the doors for them. And again, changing lives. So if somebody wants to find out and be involved, the stage, I mean, what do they just call?
It's so easy.
Yeah?
Well, you can just call us at, I'm going to cheat because I remember my
It's
phone.
530-2581.
Thank you. I don't call myself. I call her.
We talked about this before, and her moment came. And anyways,
And we're chaffeementors.org.
okay.
So you can visit our website, which has the description. But really, it's just a phone call. We can take you out to coffee or tea, hot chocolate, talk to you about how to become a mentor. There is
Okay.
an application that you have to fill out, and we do an extensive background check just because you're going to be hanging out with someone's most precious child.
Yeah, absolutely. And what kind of term or how, the expectation for the person getting involved? Are you hoping that it's going to be for a year, for...
Exactly. We do ask that you commit to a 1 year with your mentee, but don't worry because we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. You get to check out your youth for a little while, 30 days, meet with them 3 times. It's 12 hours a month, which breaks out to 2 to 3 hours every week.
Okay.
Sometimes you do get to take them skiing and spend a whole day, so that would be a smaller visit the next week. So it just so long as it averages around 12 hours a month,
Okay.
a very small amount of time that makes a huge difference in a young person's life.
Oh, and maybe next time down the road we can bring in a parent or an adult that, with their little guy or possibly to talk to them,
Yeah,
and see
we'd
what it's
love
like.
that.
Yeah. So, okay.
And really, it's that 3 hours, and it can be whatever you're passionate about. Some of our most successful matches, what they do is they go to the store, they buy stuff for dinner, they go back to the house, make dinner, eat dinner together, maybe play a game. I know some of them watch their favorite shows, like Dancing with the Stars. I think you like that show.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just doing really simple,
Just kind of like
life.
I was gonna say life skill things, because
It's life.
yeah, I know some adults that have trouble going to the grocery store and shopping, and I'm one, so maybe I needed that help as a child. I don't know.
Maybe you need a mentee
Maybe I
to
do,
have to
I
go
don't
to the
know.
store to cook some
Yeah.
dinner.
My
Maybe to
husband-
expose you both to
No, my
something.
husband does most of the cooking, so yeah, I am kind of lacking in that.
Maybe
so.
he'd like to be a mentor.
And maybe.
I've been working on this one.
Oh, it should be wonderful. So I don't. There was one other. The Community Partnership for Families is a program under FYI. Is
And
that?
that's a new piloted program that started within the state of Colorado, and it is another resource for families that are just in a spot that they really need help. They've just really hit that wall,
Okay.
and are really needing some assistance to kind of get over, under, around that wall.
Okay.
And it's an amazing program, and again, these are all free.
Wow.
These are free programs within the county.
Yeah.
So, if you're just in that spot where you're just like, I just need a little help. I don't need a lot. Just a little,
Just
and maybe for a short time, that they can also help with some of those hurdles. If it's just kind of like a transitional time for a family,
Okay.
we can help.
And the phone number that you gave us, or actually you didn't, but
I
that
didn't.
you
Christine
gave us,
did it so beautifully.
for any of these programs, they can.
yes.
Okay. All right. So, what else about the program? Anything else you want to share?
Well, we are launching a new campaign to talk about how volunteering and mentoring is good for your health.
Oh.
Part of the things, as Natalie was talking about, joining in everyday life. It also gets adults out there being active and moving, and because they're children, so they need to move. And so we get inspired to go outside and maybe go snowshoeing or hike a mountain, or maybe you really want to share your passion of running and there's a youth that likes to run. So it all becomes active and involving for everybody. And so there have been some great studies done that people who volunteer tend to have lower blood pressure. They tend to be happier. They tend to live longer, be less stressed. And we aren't sure if it's because they're moving or if it's because they're being more social. It turns out people that are not social are depressed and not happy.
Curmudgeons.
Exactly, that's a good word.
So, and I was cheating again because that is the campaign, and what you were just saying, volunteering reduces the body stress and also releases endorphins, which we all like, the brain's natural painkiller. So volunteer, you'll feel better, you'll wake up happy, and so.
Yeah, and I mean, I had an
easy.
experience like just Monday night where I met with a mentee and a mentor, because we do that as well. So when you join this team, you get all of us. So we went out to dinner, and it's a 12-year-old girl, and she was asking us for help on how to ask for something she wanted. So she's been volunteering somewhere, and she was going to ask, like, how do I get paid? What could I do differently? What could I do in the future? So we practiced. So we practiced how to ask for something and make I statements. And after I left that, I felt really good, like, for hours and hours afterwards. Because I knew I was helping someone, and I knew I was supporting someone. That's a really hard thing to ask for what you want, and to be 12.
Right.
So,
that's a very good example.
I started to feel that of, like, it wasn't that we were doing something physical.
Right.
It was just that sense of being there and being helpful and being a resource, and it
instilling confidence, and we all know that as kids, they all need a boost with that. I mean, we do throughout life, but being able to give that tool is
just be that
wonderful.
Support person.
Sure.
That I'm here, I'm available if you need to ask questions.
Yeah.
Or I like this boy at school. What do I do? Or
that's a very good question.
I might need advice on that.
Even as an adult.
Will you meet with her after, please?
Right. You'll be my mentor.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna take a while. So, and I want to know how big your team is, because everything you've covered is monumental. There's so much. I mean, how large is your team of folks?
So in Chaffee County Mentors, there's 3 of us. Kenny Wilcox is not here. He's probably running.
Which is good. It's healthy.
We like that he does that. And then in Nurturing Parenting, we have 1 staff person, but then we hire outside of our department. There's 2 in, I'm trying to count. It feels like there's so many of us, and really there's like...
I think there's 10 total in FYI.
So
I do, because we have 2 for community partners. We have, I still think of 2 for nurturing parenting,
like 10 of us.
and 2 for Youth at Crossroads. So,
well, you would
and
think
3
that there would have to be an army, but but you guys act like an army, a good army, and you handle a lot. And so I know over the years I've gotten to learn about you all, and it's been I don't know, you bring a smile to our office, and it's always great to see you, and you're very good about getting into the community and sharing like you are today. So I want to thank you for coming, and if you want to get involved again, do you think you have the phone number now this time?
530-2581.
good job.
Yay! Very good. All right. Well, happy holidays, and thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for joining us for Salida Spotlight.
Happy holidays from Chaffee County Mentors.
Well, the angel did say.
I moved here over 30 years ago, and I had 2 friends that had just moved here, and I came down to see them, and would go hiking and skiing and mountain biking and fly fishing, and I gradually just sort of fell in love with the area. Love the artists in the valley. It's a great community. It's very creative, a lot of talent. We have 5 or 6 nationally recognized metalsmiths in a town of 5,000 people. Pretty amazing. And it's just fun to be part of a community like this that's vibrant and creative and has a good time doing what they do. Hi, I'm Jerry Scavizzi. I own Gallery 150 in Salida, Colorado. I'm located at 150 West 1st Street, downtown Salida. We are a fine art and a contemporary craft gallery. We're probably best known for our handmade jewelry. I'd like to introduce you to one of the people in my life that make me look really good. This is Toni Tischer. She's the gallery manager and fellow goldsmith in Scavizzi Goldsmith. Very talented, very creative goldsmith.
I've been an artist since I could hold a crayon, and the gallery has just been a wonderful way for me to use that knowledge and history. I've used almost every medium in here, and so I totally appreciate every artist that we carry. I'm a jeweler, goldsmith. I also do the anaclastic raising. Jerry and I have been hammering on metal for almost 30 years. An anaclast is a term which would be an opposite of a synclast. A synclast is a bowl shape. Normally you would raise it with whole liquids. An anticlast is a Pringle potato chip. It's a saddle shape. Both axes go the same direction. You have down and up. So you're stretching the metal in 2 ways. So it makes a very strong, very structural shape. You can use lightweight materials and they're very, very strong and very flexible. Oh, gold is just sexy. It does anything you want it to do. You know, it's malleable, it's soft, it's gorgeous when it's polished, and it's a joy to work with.
The thing that's great is she and I both do the same process, but we have very different looks. Our jewelry she has a very different feel than I do, even though it's the same process. It's 2 different visions of the same process, which is kind of fun. We have drawers full of jewelry from $10 to $100. So fine art doesn't have to be expensive. Right now there's a real movement toward things made in the US, and everything in the gallery is done in the US. Everything is done by hand. There's no buy-sell. Everything is changed or manipulated. People buy lumps of clay and make sculpture out of it. So if you get to Salida, drop by the gallery, say hi. You know, it's one thing to see it on the web. It's something else to put it on and see what it looks like on you. And a lot of our pieces, you don't know if you're going to like it until you see it in person. It's one thing to buy 32 Levi's from Amazon or CDs. Art, handmade things, they're so personal, and you've almost got to touch them and put them on and see how they look in your hair and with your blouse. If you can't come to Salida, you can find us on the web at gallery150.com. We're also on Facebook. Just search for Gallery 150.
We're back for another edition of Salida Spotlight. I'm Shiloh from the Salida Chamber of Commerce with Lori Roberts, Executive Director of the Salida Chamber of Commerce, and Caleb Hathaway, owner of Monarch Dog Sled Rides.
All right.
He's a mentor.
I think that's true. Caleb is not only the owner and operator of Monarch Dog Sled Rides, but he is also a mentor with the Chaffee County Mentors part of FYI. So,
which is a lot of fun.
So thanks for doing that.
Get involved if you can.
So let's talk about Monarch Dog Sled Rides. You've been a member with the Salida Chamber for several years now, and it is a town favorite when anybody gets to see Caleb, let alone your staff and the dogs. So tell us a little bit about where you're located, how you operate, and about those beautiful animals.
For sure. So we do tours up by the ski area, and our main focus is just teaching people about the dogs, educating them about the sport, and really getting them involved with the dogs and the team, and then showing them how they run and getting them out on tour and seeing the scenery around here. And so there's a lot to tell. It's a lot that goes on in a tour.
And you're in the San Isabel Forest. Yep. The surprising thing I think people discover is they think of these dogs as being these enormous animals, but they're really not that big.
Right, yeah, the dogs that we have, they're all race dogs. And so these guys, they're bred for distance racing, and so they're not the big fluffy huskies you see on Disney. These guys are designed to run long distance, and so they're actually a mutt that's been bred for generations, ever since the gold rush, and kind of mixed and matched. And so they're the best of the best, but they're a lot of fun to get to know.
And if somebody wants to go on a dog sled ride, how long are your tours? Do you have different ones?
We do. So our regular tour is an hour and a half, and that's about 40 minutes on the sled, and then a lot of time meeting the dogs and kind of learning about the history and harnessing. And then we have a longer tour, but it really is snow dependent.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we have enough snow, we have a 2.5 to 3 hour tour.
I imagine the dogs want to go on the 3 hour.
They do.
Yeah.
Yep. These guys are crazy. They want to go on that one every day. So.
Oh my gosh. Do you have to be careful about saying load up or like some keyword where they know that they get to go out?
Yeah, the words we say ready. You know, when we're getting ready and say all right, kind of means it's time to go. But everybody has their own commands, but that's what my guys will respond to.
Wow. So where did you, start this? How did you come into this type of...
You know, it just started as a winter job, and so I started running tours in Winter Park, Colorado. There's a tour company there. Just fell in love with the dogs, and so then I originally grew up in Canada.
Okay.
And so I moved back to Canada for a while, then up to Alaska. But my family's back in Colorado. My family's in Colorado Springs, so I always wanted to be closer to them. So it's just one of those things I fell in love with, got involved with up north, and decided to come back here to try to start a business. So.
Do you ever see yourself doing the Iditarod?
You know, I would love to, that race. I get that question a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one's really expensive. I helped train a team for it. I did some smaller races and got involved with it. And maybe down the road, but it is really expensive to get in that one. So
I would love to just see it. I have a brother up in Alaska, and he got to be part of, he volunteered. So every once in a while I get a piece of artwork from it. And anyways, it's a beautiful sport. And anybody that knows me knows I'm a dog fan, and I think, most of us are, and nothing against cats out there. But so, but for the rides, what would somebody have to be equipped for? When they come on a dog sled ride, what do you ask your customers to do?
To be ready for. So we ask them to dress warm. You got to be ready for just about any conditions because it's Colorado. It could be windy, snowy, could be sunny and beautiful. And then really, other than that, we're just asking that they come ready to have some fun. They bring their camera.
Yeah.
And that they're ready to, get to know the dogs.
Yeah.
So they've got to have just a good attitude and be ready to get to know the dogs. So.
All right. And the dogs, I'm curious, what are some of their names?
So we do a theme for the litters, and so we can remember who goes with who. So we have like a power tool litter. We got Bosch, DeWalt, Ryobi, Makita. They're all siblings. We have a bike parts litter. That's one of our big ones. So we have a derailleur, a link, an axle, a Presta. So
that's awesome.
Kind of fun. And we have a candy bar litter.
No way.
Twix and Snickers and Rolo. So.
And Little Bird told me you guys have a couple puppies that you're going to
We do.
train?
We have a couple pups. They're about 10 days old. And so we're hoping for Christmas they'll be, in another couple weeks, they'll be old enough to kind of bring to the tours and have people hold. So
oh, my gosh.
It'll be fun.
That's
so they just
awesome.
open their eyes. They're just that stage where they're pretty cute.
And their names?
We have Hitch and Prussick. They're named after knots. So. Yep.
I'm glad I asked that question. That's that's really clever.
That's always fun. Actually, we have a Facebook and Instagram, and we're always putting up there whenever we have a litter, like, hey, can you give us ideas for a new litter? And then we kind of go through the list and see, everybody votes on a favorite. And so
that's hilarious.
This time it was knots.
Oh,
so, yeah.
That's a riot. So they're
superheroes next.
Superheroes, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we've talked about doing sidekicks of superheroes.
Oh, that's
because there's a lot of superhero names already out there, so we're like, could we do something a little different?
That's a good idea.
So. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that
so
asking for trouble, maybe.
Do you do moonlight or starlight?
We do.
And can you tell us about those type of tours?
Sure. So we do, and it doesn't have to be a full moon. Sometimes it's better if there's no moon, and then it's just tons of stars. But basically, it's just a special arrangement. We'll make sure we have time for the day that you want. So usually that has to be at least a week in advance.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's basically the same tour, but we go out there, and it's just nice because it's quiet and there's no one else around. And sometimes we'll see some different wildlife and stuff like that.
Oh,
so.
yeah. I've came from a different area in Summit County, Copper Mountain, and we used to ski Vail Pass during a full moon, and there's nothing better. So I can only imagine on a dog sled ride, that's got to be amazing. But just to, I've talked to people that have gone on your rides, and it's like a once in a lifetime, and hopefully it's not just once and they keep coming back, but to experience that, to be able to talk about that. So we hope that people will call Caleb and hook up and get involved with signing up for a tour or a reservation. It's easy as calling your number at 719-640-9944, and your website is
our name. It's monarchdogsled.rides.com.
Okay, and you have a Facebook page?
Your Facebook, Instagram, I don't do much of that, but it's all out there. So.
Somebody manages
Somebody
it.
does.
Yeah, it's magic time.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you so very much. We're very proud to have you as a chamber member. It's always fun to have active members like you too, and being involved in the community like you are. If you want to go see those cute pups and the older dogs, give Caleb a call.
Come on out. Yeah.
So,
thanks for the support.
Thank you.